So in this video I'm going to talk about the columns, and like I said, the columns are very important. They're strongly tied up to the sections, and they're basically the skeleton of the entire page builder. I mean, each element will only be placed inside a column. So now the column, as I've explained before, can be resized in 12 sizes. I can select one column, two column, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Let's leave it 6 for example. Let's clone it. I'm a bit lazy and I usually clone my elements. I don't add them from here, but I'm going to add one column now. So I'm searching for a column, and as you can see, I can drop them around here, here, or here. By default it has 12 columns, so whenever you add a new column it's fully stretched to 12. And of course you can also again resize it as much as you want. So as you can see, basically these columns are, as I said, a skeleton. You can pretty much do many things with them. Let's add for example a title element or some text. So let's configure this. I'm going to say just a short title, just a subtitle, going to align to the left, and that's about it. As you can see, that background from the column, now that it's that it has an element, it's gone. And I'm going to clone this element and place it right here in this column. As you can see, I've duplicated these elements, and I'm going to try to talk about a feature that I spoke about it in the section video, which is the gutter size. Now the gutter size, if you have a look right here, you can see there's a small distance, more exactly 30 pixels between the elements. If you really want, you can have a zero gutter size, a large gutter size, which is 40 pixels. That's quite big. Small. The change is live, but I'm just going to save it so I can hover the, as you can see, it starts from here to here, but it's usually split in half. I mean, that 40 pixels, it's split like 20 on the right, 20 on the left. So there are different cases when you might want that, but from my experience, usually people requested no distance, a zero gutter size. As you can see, it's 0. They're basically glued to each other. I'm going to switch back to the default one, and let's add another. So let's move this this element. I can also, like I said, there's a lot of there's a big door for creativity. I mean, you can really pull out anything you want here. There are options, and it really is about imagination, and it's about imagination. Let's select here, I don't know, grayish background. Let's see. Not bad, but not too good, not too great as well. Let's publish, and if you want, you can debug from here too, using the inspect element, but it's a bit harder because, like I said, the page builder adds some some custom HTML code. So I'm going to open in a new tab. As you can see, the elements are added. Now let's talk about the column options, because of course there are more options. So we can add a column offset. An offset means you can push a column more to the right. For example, if I select 2, it will push 2 columns from the left. To give you a better example, as you can see, the edge of the container starts from this point, and the column is pushed onto the right. We can pretty much, usually this comes in handy for, I don't know, many customizable things. Anyway, I'm sure you got the idea. I'm just going to leave it as no offset. You can control the size on large screens, and large screens usually means on desktops, which are starting from 1200 pixels and up, and you can select the column size, like you know, in the option bar. You can select the size on small screen, which means on tablets, and on smaller screens, usually on smartphones. This right here is a medium, to be more explicit. It's for medium displays and up. I'm going to give you a small example of what this means. So now this column has is 6 columns in width, and I'm going to select I don't know, 10 columns on large screens. On small screens, I'm going to select 8, and on extra small, I'm going to say 12. Great. Now the thing is that I should resize the browser, or better yet, let me open a new window. Let me close these ones. As you can see, this right here is fully stretched now. It has 12 columns. Is the actual source code. For large, there's 10 columns. For medium, there's 6 columns, or small 8 columns, and on extra small 12 columns. Let's do a small test. So let's resize this. Like I said, now it has 10 columns. As you can see, the edge is here, and this column has 10 columns. I keep saying a column has 12 columns. Sorry about that, it's what I got used. The column element has 12 columns, has 10 columns in size. So now, as I said, I'm going to resize. Let me resize. Right after I hit the, as you can see here in this corner, right after I hit the 1200 pixel breakpoint, it's going to change. Let me do that. As you can see, something changed. So basically now it has 6 columns on medium, if I make it smaller, it has 8 columns. This is full and this is 8. And if I make it even smaller, it's going to be full 12 columns. Now this, you know that saying, with great power comes great responsibility. So this gives a lot of power, but it must be used carefully for a proper layout, and you should pay more attention when using these breakpoints. If you actually don't need them, don't use them. Most elements are look good on any column size, so it's better to check. So that's about it with the options of the columns. We had the sizes and the offset. If you do have questions, don't hesitate to ask. We also have a support forum, and don't be afraid to ask. If you have suggestions, please ask. We're in the process of improving the overall user experience of the page builder, and we're trying to improve it as much as we can. And I don't know, let's keep in touch. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.